guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mandy, and today we are going to go into how I plan for productivity. Okay, so I'm not showing you my productivity, but I'm showing you how I plan for it, because planning brings me productivity, and that's what we're going to get into today. Okay, so these are a few items that I wanted to bring out today because they are basically the main items that I am going to use for this type of productivity. Now, today I'm going over monthly productivity. I think I might make a playlist. I'm thinking out loud. I always think out loud with you guys. I apologize if that bugs you, but it is honestly how I come up with things. Do you ever like talk to your spouse and you're just thinking out loud, or talking out loud and thinking at the same time, and like the ideas just start flowing? That always happens to me when I'm doing these videos with you guys. So I hope you don't mind, but thank you, because doing these honestly helps me out. So I think I'm going to make a playlist, and what I'll do is this one will be how I manage my productivity monthly, and then I'll make another one for how I manage it weekly, and then I'll make another one for daily. Okay, so if some of it kind of intertwines, that might happen as well. But this one's going to be for daily, and I'm going to show you monthly, and I'm going to show you my process for that. So the first thing that I wanted to do was get out my monthly for May. Now I realize May isn't here yet, but that's perfect, because planning ahead is great, right? I don't always get to plan super far ahead, but the fact that I'm trying to do this video is kind of making me do that, and I'm actually really loving the idea of that. So I got out my calendar for May, and this is from my catch-all calendar or section that I'm enjoying using for the first time in April. So I think I'm going to use it again in May, because again, it just has some really cute and pretty things that I'm into right now, and it just makes me feel good about spring and summer. The other thing that you are going to need is honestly just any type of note paper. It doesn't have to be Happy Planner, but I am using my little Happy Planner notebook here, and I'm just going to take a piece of paper out, and that will be my brainstorm paper. And then I'm also going to have my writing utensil and a few sticky notes. So we will get into the reason for these in just a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is you want to brainstorm. Okay, so have a little brainstorm session with yourself. I know it kind of sounds like something that you have to take a whole bunch of time to do, or maybe you have a running list on your phone in your notes, or a running paper list, but I really do recommend just sitting down and brainstorming. Now, a lot of times things don't come to me in this time, but once my juices get flowing here, I always end up like writing way more than I thought I was going to be able to. So if you have a particular topic in mind, then you can brainstorm on that topic. So let's say that you wanted to do home projects. You can brainstorm all the home projects you want. If you want to do cleaning, you can brainstorm all the cleaning you want. You might just have a very scattered list. So brainstorming that scattered list, not worrying about the order of it, is totally fine. So I'm going to try to do that right now with you guys. I'll speed up the process so that way you can kind of see what I end up coming up with, because I'm honestly doing this in the real moment here, and I'm not making anything up, and I really don't want you to have to sit here through my whole brainstorm session. Okay, here is a list of things that I was able to come up with that I would really, really like to get to, and we really need to make plans to do these things. However, if I tried to do these things in one day or even one weekend, probably even 1 week, I would just get overwhelmed and leave them alone. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and stick with this list here, and I can actually add to it as I go. Who knows, some of these things may end up not even getting done or being put off into the summer or even fall. However, I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to try to prevent that of happening by doing this next step. So this next step, I actually want to analyze the item and see if it's kind of like a weekday or a weekend type of thing. So I also like to analyze the importance, or how bad I really want it done. Okay, so I'm going to give it a scoring system. I like to keep my scoring system very easy, a 1, a 2, or a 3. So if it's 1 that I really want it to be done, but it's really not needed over many other things, maybe it's not even like in the season, then I usually just give it a 1. If it's something that is time, like, I don't mean time sensitive necessarily, but if I don't do it, the season is going to kind of, pass us by and it really was meant for the season, then, like you want to give it something more of higher importance. So I might give it a 2 or a 3. A 3 is something that really needs to get done. Either it is seasonal, daily, it affects your life daily. I want it to be done by the weekend because we need to enjoy whatever it is, or that's depending on what kind of category you have going on here. I obviously have home type of stuff happening here. So a 3 is going to be more important thing to do quicker. Okay, so for example, I have paint my cabinets. I've painted most of our kitchen cabinets, but there are some other cabinets that I want to paint, and I've been wanting to do that for a long time, and it's been put off. And I do want to note that as well. It may be a 3, so of higher importance, if you have been putting it off. You have to kind of analyze whether it's something that you should put off again because of other things, or it's just time to stop putting it off kind of thing. So let me actually write the scoring system down. And these can change, okay? You don't have to be like, oh, I can't figure that out right now. Maybe you don't even want to do this step, and that's fine too. So I just reread through my list: paint cabinets, paint bar stools. I've been putting those off since honestly fall, but they don't come before, for example, going through my son's shorts and purchasing him some shorts for the season. So I'm going to say these are going through his shorts and getting him some new shorts because he's growing like a weed. I guess pun intended, right, with April and spring being here, but I need to actually get that done. Another thing we have are some backyard needs. I really do need to get to that, whether it's purchasing some things that we need to enjoy the backyard a little bit more before it gets hot, and having those things ready and done. I'm going to come back to that. We don't necessarily need flowers, but I would like some of those, but they are honestly more of a 1 on my low to high importance here. And then I am going to give decluttering and organizing toys and the front porch the second one, just because it's a little more seasonal. And honestly, I could even stop here. I don't necessarily want to say these things are low importance, but I just think they do need to end up getting done. I've had them on my list for a long time. My intentions are to get them done, and then knowing that they are not completely needed, I just don't end up doing them. So I'm honestly just going to leave this list. I don't want to give anything else a scoring. I just kind of want to leave it the way it is. But now I know, and I've gone through and shown my brain that these things need to get done here. We're getting into May, and I want to make sure that those things are the ones that are going to get done quicker. Or what I like to do is write these on sticky notes. Figure out if these are weekday or weekend type of things. So going through his shorts is honestly any type of day, but I'm just gonna put it on the Saturday. That way I have my husband's help if I need to be in there longer, and I don't need to be going in and out of the bedrooms since we do have nappers and the bedrooms are all next to each other. All right, so then I'm going to kind of check it off, and that shows me that I have planned it. Okay, so the backyard needs, Now, this is just, for me, this is just like what I need to get. So I can purchase this at any point. So I'm gonna kind of make that one of my priorities to do on Monday. The best thing about these sticky notes is you can move them around. So you can also end up making your monthly spread and then putting your sticky note right over it, and you know, that'll do it for you. So you can move sticky notes to the side, all of that. So I've scheduled backyard needs. The next thing I want to make sure I do is declutter and organize our toys. Now, this doesn't have to be done before all these other things, but that's definitely going to be like a Friday, Saturday job for me. So I'm going to go ahead and just put it there. Again, this is just such a temporary system. You know, you can really do whatever you want with this. The front porch, that's another kind of weekend style thing. Honestly, it doesn't have to be, but I think it's something that I want done before like mid-May. I would really like to have the porch just cleaned up and ready to go for summer. So I think what I'm gonna do is put it on this Sunday. Now, what I like to tell myself, and how I like this as well, is, hey, if I can get to the front porch on Saturday, or I switch them around, or I don't get it to anything on Saturday and I get to all of it Sunday, that's totally fine too, but at least it's on my radar that it's that weekend. So now you can kind of see that I have lots of opening for things, and if I just make them a priority that day, then I end up being able to be more productive. Now, what I want to show you is if you can't get those things done, what you want to do with your sticky note is either replan, you know, like move it around, replan. Obviously, that needs to get done, so I wouldn't be wanting to move that. But say I wrote down paint cabinets, and I wanted to get that done on this weekend here, but it didn't get done. I can just move that sticky note to the next weekend. And so you guys, funny thing happened. My phone stopped recording and I kept going and going and going, and I made this for you and I explained it, and again my phone stopped and I didn't hear that it stopped. So what I'm going to do, if it sounds a little different than the way I was before, it is the same time. It's just right after I thought I finished the video, and I'm going to try to finish it without, I don't know, being too long here. But so what I was saying was, if something doesn't get done, what's lovely about this system is you can just move it to a day or weekend that hopefully it can get done. What I ended up doing was just putting a couple more sticky notes, and I suggest this as well. As you know, I didn't put all of the things on here. Sometimes I can get overwhelmed if there's too much. Again, this is just my brainstorm. So if I want them on here, I can. If I don't, I just keep this for the next month, or maybe mid-month. I kind of analyze what I was able to get done and what I wasn't, and maybe I would add more for the second part of the month. But what I like to do is kind of have a number that's easy for me to calculate, like the number 10. So I have 10 sticky notes here, and I have the first half of the month pretty much, you know, full. But when I want to kind of measure whether I was successful at the end of the month, I like the number 10 because it's really easy to figure out percentage-wise. So I consider a successful month of productivity is if I can get a good 70 or 80% done. Now, this is me having done this style of planning for my productivity more often. I do not really expect someone who's just starting to do something like this to get 70 or 80% completed. What 70 or 80% of 10 things is to get 7 or 8 of your items completely finished and done. But if you are just starting, or even if you aren't just starting, just getting a few of the things done, as long as you are feeling more productive, that's the goal here. So for me and where I'm at with this, to get a good 7 to 8 items done is a very successful and a very productive month for me. So that is what I've done here. I love that you can move things around if they aren't able to get done. You can check it off if you finish it, or you can take it up and just crumble it up and throw it away if you want to. And it's just that satisfying feeling of getting things done. Now, sometimes what I'll do is I'll take this off and I will put it on my fridge or my calendar, and my kids, my husband will see that I have something that I'm trying to get done that day when it's on the fridge or on the calendar. And sometimes they might even help me, like decluttering and organizing toys. So it's nice for just like a whole family productivity as well. You can do this with cleaning, you can do this with home projects, you can do this with school, you can do this with anything that you'd like to get done. And again, just take those sticky notes off and put them on the fridge for the day. The kids love to just grab them and throw them away. Or you can just kind of keep it to yourself and get the things done that you want to get done in that way as well. Well, I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope that if you try it out, that you will find me on Instagram at Mandy_Chavez chapters and let me know, maybe even tag me with your monthly spread and what it looks like. I would love to see what you guys have come up with. I also would love to make this into a playlist for productivity, so I think I'm going to be doing that, and I would love it if you could like the video to let me know if you like these kind of videos, if they're helpful for you, if you're going to be following along with that playlist. And the next video I will post for that playlist is going to most likely be productivity within a week. Very similar, but I would love to make a video for that as well. I hope that you will subscribe if you have not yet done so, and if you want to see the next video that I do post, and when I post it, you can hit the notification bell. It will let you know. And I just want to thank you guys so much for joining me. But in the meantime, I hope that you have a lovely, amazing, wonderful, blessed day and week, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.